Oh, hello everybody. So Yorkshireman, now living in Wales, back again. So first thing I need to do is say happy birthday to Comrade Gel. It's important we keep our comrades happy and fulfilled in life because they add value to the party. So a while ago I came up with a bit of an election manifesto. So I thought now I've got a YouTube channel and run through it and just tell you how I'd implement it. And there's only about 200 words, 250 words in it. So remember, I'm in power, I've got a lot of people behind me, we have the majority in the Senate or in the Welsh power, or if you like, not even there, in the independent state of Steady Away within Yorkshire. So, this is what we're going to do. With immediate effect, I rescind 20 miles an hour. Right, there you go. However, it will come with obstacles. Some of the local councils in Steady Away state, they're unhappy. So what we're going to do is, because I always do my bit of a background into everything, I'm going to stop any funding for active travel they get with immediate effect. There you go. So that stops the active travel. Any further money can only be spent on road stuff, and that's for cars, and that's maintaining cars, and it also spent on things which the public want in Steady Away state, and that's things like paths getting fixed, making sure that everything looks clean and tidy, litter gets picked up and their environment is nice again. That's it. Now any councils who think they can get one over of me by basically then manipulating the paperwork, don't worry about that, my son. You will be signing a contract, and the contract will state you have spent the money only on these things, right? You'll be signing it, you'll be dating it and printing your name on it. And if you do, if I then come round, or my mates come round and have a look, and I find you've not done that, I'll tell you what, you'll be done for fraud or public malfeasance in the duty or whatever it is. Anyway, it's not going to end well for you because you won't be there anymore, right? Because you're there to serve the public, not to serve yourself or some ideology. That's how we're going to work in Steady Away. Right, so all that money we're going to save is going to be spent on things we need, and that could be anything really. So that's my idea for the 20 miles an hour. Alright, fraught with danger, get round with that. Everything to do with diversity in Steady Away state, that's on hold, okay? So that's across the board in any public sector, NHS, schools, education. We've put all that on hold. Right, now then, all that money we're going to save, because it's on hold, is basically going to go to the important stuff like I've said. So ironically, money of diversity within the NHS would then go to fund important stuff like, let's see, what could that be? Maybe patient care. Right, that's a bit of a focus, isn't it? Other good news is, I'm going to use what I've seen before, because I've been around the block, is a classic redeployment tactic. So, redeployment, it gets sold like this. Good news is, we've got a bit of a job issue at the moment, we need to cut funding, but anyway, we're going to put you on a redeployment list, and it's like a change of opportunity for you. So it's a career change, and you have 3 options. Anyway, I'm sure you'll pick one of those. Good luck, and we'll get back to you in a couple of months' time. Right, and they can be redeployed to anything which we think is fit, and that will then get them back engaged with society again, and they will be helpful. See how you put a spin on that. Right, members of the Senate, good news is no travel abroad for you boys anymore, or ladies. So you're not going abroad anymore, which will give you more time. Right, other interesting news, no free tickets for anything, so no more going to sporting events, right? So that's done, finished with. Any event like galas, shows, if you want to go, pay yourself. Simple as that. Everybody else has to. You're now joining the rest of us in normality world within Steady Away state. Right, also the same for any public servants. Right, so if you're getting a freebie, not anymore, don't work like that. Now, in addition to that, if a policy comes up and you're voting for it, you have to live your policy. So until I get rid of things like active travel policy and net zero, whatever that says, you'll be doing, because you voted for it. So if it says you're going to use a push iron, that's what you'll be doing, right? If you think it's good enough for us, it's good enough for everybody, including yourself. So you're going to live what you vote for, simple as that. I'm going to move towards you pay your own bills. Reason for that is quite simple. Years ago, being an elected official, politician, was deemed as a precarious occupation. I've heard the argument. Now, every single thing we do is precarious. So if I went for a job interview but no one would employ me, I'd think, well, how long am I here for? But if I want the job, I might have to move. So I might have to move from where I am to Conway to Cardiff, up my family and everything else. Right, you can now start taking the same risk, but I'm not heartless. Right, simple as that. We're going to cut down your cost of living slowly but surely. First step is we're going to put you in an halfway office block. So an industrial estate, and there is quite a few scattered about, we're going to find some and we're going to put you all together. So let's just say you're in Mid Wales, we're going to bunch you all together, all in there, and you're going to have shared services, which is great, because you know you'll get to know each other, cut down on the costs, and now you've got a workplace where you can go to. It'll also mean that your constituents know where you are, and basically they literally will be able to knock on the door and visit you. So that's really good, isn't it, right? And then you can cut down on your travelling time, which means you've got more time for everything. Now then, if you have to have a vote of the Senate, great, but we'll organise it so it's easy for everybody to do. Right, so that's a benefit for you there, isn't it? And again, all I will say on that is don't be surprised, because I've explained this to many folk, is when they go for a job and they're surprised at how the job isn't what they think, well, let me remind you, you put your hand up, you volunteered for doing it, you signed a contract, you signed a piece of paper, so you know exactly what you're getting into. So don't then suddenly pretend it's unexpected. Right, Transport for Wales, quite simple. They're now dealing with buses and trains only. No active travel for them. They usually spend about, I don't know, 45, 50 million pounds on that. That's getting diverted to where we need to go. We're making them from one board, from two boards into one board. Yeah. So again, redeployment opportunities there for everybody who volunteers. So you lot, you're going to just like make you more focus on the task in hand. Unelected charities, NGOs, third sectors, all your funding's stopping until we work out what's going on with that. Now then, again, anybody connected with that, we're going to do the old redeployment for you, right? See it as an opportunity. Now, if you're working for a charity, I'm quite sure the charity will go back to you, and that you can go back to the charity, they'll welcome you with open arms, and again you can then start going more traditional route for your funding. So if it's important and if people like it, they'll give you the money. It's not really fair that we take it from the public without asking them. So I'm trying to be fair here to everybody. Right, regarding climate change, that again, pausing straight away with immediate effect. Any money left over, that's going to go to essential services. Now then, good news is, farmers, guess what? They're going to go back to farming. You're going to farm meat, you're going to farm stuff we need. We're going to be like self-sufficient basically. We're going to focus on stuff which needs cleaning up. So what pops in my head is water. Right? So water companies, get your act together, because I will be visiting you and we'll be having a look and see what you get up to. Now if you're letting sewage out there, no, it's not happening anymore. Stop it. Simple as that. And I will use every single power I can create to make sure you do it. We're going to concentrate on immediate environmental issues. Right? Things where we know. No one wants a dirty place to live. We want to make it clean. I'm of that sort of age that we do it anyway. We do it without causing havoc. Right? So we're going to do it. So if someone wants to take a settee to the tip, they're going to take a settee to tip. Bin people, you're going to go back to collecting more big stuff off people and the other stuff, right? We're going to make it so it works. Then we're going to develop better ideas. We're not going to go for the world of fantasy. Businesses connected to anything to do with green stuff, your funding stops. Finish off what you've got. You're into now the free market economy. If it's that good, you'll make it work. Right. 36 people extra, Senate members, not happening. Good news, that saves about £200 million. No need to say anything more on that, is there? Overseas offices. Now, personally, I'd like to bob over and see what you're all up to. But actually, I think that would be sort of like double standards from my part. So, good news is, you lot can all come back home now. Right, again, I'm sure there'll be opportunities for you elsewhere. And then some of the internal departments within the Senate, not sure what you get up to. Senate Commission, anything to do with that, Ombudsman and the rest of it. If you're not effective, and when I say effective, if you are not meeting the needs of the public and making sure they come first and foremost in everything you do and think about, then guess what? You're going to be reviewed and, again, possibly opportunities for you to be redeployed. It's as simple as that. So, there you go. As I say, it's really not that hard. And because I've been around the block a lot, I can literally sort of guess what's going to happen next here. Right, any questions? I didn't think there would be, because to be honest it sounds alright to me. Right, thank you for watching. Tick, subscribe, leave any comments, and I might even put myself up for election in the steady away state of independent Yorkshire. And this literally is what I would stand on. I might take two or three things out, because really we only need a couple of things for a good start for 10. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.